Welcome back. I'm MTG Joe. We're here with a new start of the season in anticipation of Theros coming out. A lot of spoilers dropping, a bunch of the gods. So we are starting on Gold 3, I think, and we're going to be testing out a mono green Stompy list. This was from one of the Aether Hub tournaments that they run on the weekends on Saturday. So this is looking to play a bunch of chunky green undercosted creatures, play Great Henge, smash, and repeat. So there's a lot of the cards you're familiar with. Pelt Collector, which grows whenever you play bigger stuff. Paradise Druid ramps you into a variety of 4-drops. Stonecoil Serpent is a way we can sink extra mana in, have a big body. Wildborn Preserver is a way we can kind of interact with the flash decks and play at instant speed. It also lets us put extra mana into the Preserver. 3 Brontodon's main as a hedge against like the Fires deck, or like any of the food decks. It's a way to kind of main board have that hate. Plus it's a 3/4 body, which blocks well. Yorvo gets bigger with every green creature that comes in. At the very least, it's a 3 mana 4/4. Quester, Ceratops, main. These are some really big bodies to have coming down with haste. Vivien, which is great. Fights, makes things get trample like our Yorvo. Only 2 Nisas in this one. We're not really ramping. We pretty much clock out at 4 mana. And then we have the Henge, which will refill our hand, gain us life. We also have 4 castles to kind of serve as ramp in itself. Sideboard-wise, Harpooners versus Flyers, like the Fires deck. Rabid Bite to fight, kind of removal. Return to nature when we need more enchantment hate. Spyglass versus a variety of decks, Planeswalkers, stuff like that. Another Brontodon. Some Viviens, which are good against like control of the flash matchups, give you kind of pseudo haste. Nullhide Ferox versus the heavy removal decks. So like a lot of, say we run into like Grixis Fires or like a lot of the targeted removal decks, you can bring this in. Thorn Mammoth is something I want to try out. So I'm thinking of this in like a Knights matchup or kind of one where we stall on the board. When it enters the battlefield or another creature enters the battlefield, it fights, so it's a repeatable fight effect. Plus it's kind of cool. We'll see. 7 mana in this deck's probably not reasonable, just between ramp and Nisa. And then another Serpent versus multicolored decks. So we'll run it through. I believe we're Gold Tier 3, so came just short of Mythic. We finished like just in Diamond. I kind of just gave up with the chase, so I was playing janky stuff, was trying a mill deck out and some other stuff to see. So let's play and see how it goes. So I should still have a couple arena codes for Throne of Eldraine packs, thanks to Wizards sponsor the other week, so I'll throw those in the body. As I mentioned, unfortunately I can't private message because of YouTube, so we'll kind of put them up first come first serve in that regard. As always, if you do enjoy the content, a follow on Twitch or sub on YouTube are both free and easy ways to help out the channel. We go first. It's a little bit slower than what I'd want. Let's try it out. Yeah, both are free and easy ways to help out the channel, so if you can, be greatly appreciated. And then finally, if you are purchasing any cards from TCG Player, do have an affiliate link, which you can hit, and it's in the video description on YouTube. If you can, follow the link, make your purchase as normal, and then we can go from there. It just lets you know that you came from the channel. Can't talk today. So it's not bad. I'm opting to go with the Wildborn Preserver here. So a couple things we can do here. We can just drop Yorvo and start getting it bigger. This plays well with next turn if we can drop the Vivien. We can also this and put 2 mana into this, but it doesn't do that much. Let's attack in first. So this is likely the Rakdos Knights deck. Okay, cool. We got our land, so we're gonna go Vivien next turn. I'm gonna fight the Priest. Actually, do we fight the Priest here, or do we take him off cards? Priest's probably worse. we'll just do that. We'll attack in. This Vivien's going to die anyways with the Storm Fist because it has Menace. I don't want to hold back 2 creatures. Dreadhoard's a little annoying. Here, because they could Ember Cleave next turn. I'm kind of inclined to... So I can do this. Let's decline here. Play out Brontodon. That way, if they do have Ember Cleave, we can sack this in response. This is also a reasonable blocker. And they're already down to 4 life. We also have Vivien next turn just to come down, give this trample, and then we should just win. Yeah, Judith's not going to do it. Give them both trample. And then just attack in. Cool. And against like this Rakdos, this one's a little bit more aggro-y. So it'd be interesting to see if they have the Dreadhorde Butcher. Stonecoil's actually really good. They've shown a lot of multicolor in this deck. Rabid Bite's probably something we want. The Thorn Lieutenant's actually interesting in this matchup. So they're going to have Noxious Grasp. But like, can they beat a Nullhide Ferox? So maybe we shave down a Questing Beast. Nisa's probably not the best in this matchup. I want to cut the curve, cut down a Henge. And then, actually, well, Ceratops isn't legendary, so it's probably better. Deals damage, so we can fight from that. Nullhide Ferox, we don't want to have a high density of non-creature spells just because you got to pay because it turns it off. I think we just run it like this. Yeah. Didn't see anything too crazy that would make us want to do anything differently. I think I put in the Thorn Mammoth. I can't remember. We'll keep this. I'm going to turn to the Stonecoil Serpent. Okay, so it's an oven deck. On turn 2, it can block Dreadhorde Butcher even after it attacks. And then it can trade with a lot of their 2-power stuff like Judith and the such. We also have this for the oven, which is nice. So we'll probably just go up to 3 Brontodons. Priest is a little annoying, so we can go 1, 2. This gets evolved. Because what are the chances they have? Okay, let's just do this and then play the Pelt Collector. It makes us go wide that if they do play something like Lazotef Reaper. Man, if if we just drew Pelt Collector on one. Okay. So they have the Devil. Of note, Devil can't target the Pelt Collector, or I can't target the Stonecoil Serpent. So they can play a creature, sack 2 to Priest of the Forgotten Gods, get 2 mana. So they can sack 2 in response. So just fight like this. I want to take off the priest here. He can do a better job when they have 2 creatures out of hitting our board. No attacks here. Next turn I can Vivien and hold up to sack to kill the oven. Okay, they go Grasp. They used a lot of removal there. Let's go Questing Beast here. Lets us play offense, defense. We did get 2 Grasps out of their hand. I imagine they probably play 3 or so. Next turn I can Paradise and Brontodon. They got the double Priest. Let's take you off the battlefield. It's the only thing that can block Questing Beast. And then I'll throw down Brontodon. Or do I want to throw down Paradise Druid in case they sack here? I'd rather keep the Brontodon, to be honest. So it's good that we got rid of this with Chandra coming out. Just get that out of the way. We can also just start like putting it on Questing Beast. Four mana. Onto your board. So the cool thing is with Questing Beast and Vivien, Vivien deals damage, and then this gets Death Touch, so it'll take out the Bantu here. So this gets rid of this. They will be able to most likely have another creature to force us to sack this Questing Beast. but we have Ceratops with haste and trample for the following turn. So ideally, if we can, they got Rankle. Rankle forces us to sack a creature, which is a little annoying. Okay, that's not terrible though, because they get that. They kept Vivien alive. Oh, but they can do it at instant speed. They got the cat. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. But that does take them off. We take 2 damage. Do it like this, and then give it haste, and then we should be able to pump through enough damage this turn. Because they can't block sack because of the trample. No, but they sack. That does 5 damage, but they bring it back, so they'll be back with 1. So they just eke it out against us. Because that does 3 in the air, they got us. They out-aggroed us. So knowing they have Harpooner, this Preserver is actually not bad. I'm gonna... Like, Pelt Collectors feel bad. And like we have... Okay, so Nullhide Ferox could come out. Probably want a Henge. And then... maybe bring in a couple Harpooners. Nah, no Harpooners. Do we want this? Belt Collector having haste is relevant. Okay, let's just do this. We're not going to get to 7 mana. Spyglass seems kind of loose. Run it like that. I think play draw makes a difference here. Like them having the double grasps kind of hurt. That's fine. Just start dropping druids. Because we don't have another land, I'm gonna go this route. Because if we draw land, I can make this a 4/4. That's awkward. We wanted to be able to take out something, and not being able to Vivien this turn sucks. Okay, let's just set up as though we might miss mana. Ah, shit, I shouldn't have tapped. What am I doing? I was going to cast Stonecoil, but I think we want it for if they have thing. Now we expose this. They force us to sack here. Yeah. Loose keep. If we hit the land, this hand goes a lot different. So we get the land now, but it's probably too late. So I gotta take this off because this is with Chandra is just gonna lock us out of anything. They will get to kill this Vivien. They got the devil. Yeah, we're not coming back on this one. Devil means 2 points of ping each turn, which we really can't set up our board. And with just how... That was quite disappointing. That matchup shouldn't be as bad. Like once they get the sack going, then it's a little difficult, but like their ping shouldn't make much difference. In between questing beast and stuff. It's just that line, that turn, missing it really hurt us. Sounds sweet. Turn 3 questing beast, turn 4 henge. This can be a variety of different decks. So it could still be Teamer, it could be Gruul. A bit aggressive, but we'll take it. The lack of like early game, of course, just draw nothing but lands. So I didn't attack there because I want to keep the questing beast. So we can play henge. Hopefully, okay, so we got Brontodon. I mean, if you want to trade, we'll trade. I got my henge down. Could mean they have another questing beast. Yeah. Throw the block there. This becomes a 4/5, so it can block. Hopefully draw into some more creatures. Or, you know, just all lands. "23 lands, we've seen a good chunk of them. We're going to throw the block in here. Opponent's ramping up. Okay, so not the worst. This lets us kill their questing beast. And then we'll just hold back. We want to ideally protect the Vivien. we can start making these a lot larger. Ooh. Skargan is terrifying. So they'll haste into Vivien. So another Vivien. Really anything other than lions. We can chain some creatures together. We have a number of ones that have reach. Jesus. Sure. Oh, they have Colossus. They go Rimrock. Honestly, fine, in my opinion. We take 2 creatures off the board. They hit us for 4 a turn, but we gain 2, so... That's a lot worse. They hit us for 10. Thank you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 12/12. Can't block Questing Beast anyways. Let's just poke in for 2 here. This gives us some insurance if they have like Rimrock Knight or something like that. So let's activate this. Now we're doing all right. Do we want to pay any mana? Nice chain that we got going there. And then we got Questing Beast to follow it up. So I'm going to hold this back. So it was a pretty explosive turn. We went from 2 creatures to 12, 16, 18 extra power on board. This Hellkite can't actually do anything. And then we could just generate a bunch of mana, feed it into these. So they can just pump into this once. But we soak up all the damage, Questing Beast down. Okay, so there's a nice recovery after the flood. So this matchup, Brontodons I don't think we want. They have Embercleave, that's about it. The Stonecoils are okay. Let's bring in Thorn Mammoth, let's get rid of Nisa. Rabid Bites are probably good, just to kind of punch at things. We're on the play, so I think I want the Harpooners more. And then the only question, like once I have an Embercleave out, do we want this to be able to blow up an Embercleave? I just don't like these when they're going to hit us with like Stomp or something. I want it so that their Stomp's kind of useless. Okay, let's go like that. In the air, we're good. Like, sorry, on the ground, we can block them pretty well. With all our creatures, it's like the air. But we do have quite a bit of incidental reach. This hand sucks. Okay, keep. I think we gotta put one of these back. We probably lose this one though. Unless we draw well. That's not my idea of drawing well. Keep a 2-lander, never draw a land. Sign me up. Okay, they go Spellbreaker here. So we can eat one of the 1/1s. Are you kidding me? Gonna double block on Spellbreaker here. We can get Cleave this turn. Okay, they don't have Cleave. They don't attack. Let's just gum up the board. Questing Beast will be next turn. Crap. Hey Metallica, how's it going? We won game 1 with the Great Henge. Okay, so this is Embercleave. They're attacking with the 3rd. They hit us for 14 like that, plus the 1 extra with the Spellbreaker is 15. So that was an awkward draw. Yeah, let's just run it back. Let's bring these in on the draw. Cut down. Ceratops. Run it like that. Because if I could go turn 1 elf, then I'm a little bit happier. It's when you like... Okay. Just pass the turn here. Okay, they got Collector on 1. Just gonna go Harpooner here because Stonecoil scales better. They always have it. Just gonna go Paradise Druid here and pass turn. These Stonecoils have been awkward. Like, they won us that other game. Just them having Stomp feels like a lot stronger versus us. I'm gonna add a 24th land, I think, to the deck. That gets it up to 3. No blocks. We missed way too many land drops for this to be competitive. Yeah, and then they got this in the air. We did. Too much power. I think I'm actually gonna cut the Pelt Collectors and play Lovestruck Beast. It's a 1 mana play and it's also a 3 mana play. So much for our rank. Back down to gold tier. I just never really liked Pelt Collector. Run it like this. I actually think I want some... Don't want Nisa. I'm gonna put 2 Arboreal Grazers. Grazer. Or let's go up to the 24th land. And I want to consistently be able to hit. No. So Druid has the upside of getting bigger, but it can get stomped. Whereas, what's its name? The Elemental. Where are you? Leafkin Druid. I think I'm going to go like that. Let's try one more. Actually, let me give Arena a quick reset, and then we'll fire it up. I managed to take 1 of 2 in both games, but post-board we've lost both. So maybe this is a better best of 1 deck. You sneak up on them. Because black having unconditional removal of Noxious Grasp is good. We'll see. We'll run it through a couple more. Really, all our strong plays are on 4. See, like, we're a land off there. Okay, we'll keep this. I'm gonna get rid of the Leafkin. Basically want a turn 2 into turn 4 play. Gotta switch my lands to the full arts as well. Okay, so this is the ramp deck. Oh, interesting. Kraul. Ooh, they missed the land. Just pass the turn here. They could have Stomp, which is likely the case. So we do need to hit a land here. If we hit a land, we're in a very good spot. Unsure if opponent's on Teamer yet. I'm just gonna do this for 3. They've shown the Stomp, so I don't really want to put this or this as a 1 or 2 right now. Yeah, so we played around it well. That's not one that we want to go with. Okay, so it's Teamer. So this could be like the old Teamer Oko deck. Or just Teamer Adventure. 4 color. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna smash you for a lot. How about that? Yeah, give it trample, opponent can't really get back. So I don't know what we're playing against yet. But I would imagine we saw creatures, so Rabid Bite's decent. They probably have Lucky Clover, so Brontodons are reasonable. They didn't really see much else, so maybe just shave. Well, Preserver is good because it can block the flyers. Henge probably fine, so maybe just cut down a Serpent. Might actually just go down 2 Serpents. Do we want Return to Nature? Just another Brontodon. Do we want Spyglass? Probably not. They probably don't play Goose. You know what? Let's try a Vivien here. It's probably going to be a grindier matchup. Vivien can help us dig and could also let us play at instant speed, so kind of play around their tempo. It also gives us reach. I don't think we keep this. We're on the draw. Let's try it. Because we have Paradise Druid into any 4-drop we play. And naturally draw into more land. Okay, so they have Druid. So opponent's missing red mana right now, technically. I want to hold off on the Vivien. I don't want to play into open mana just yet. Plus we can't really target it, so it doesn't make much sense. Okay, so they get that. We see Ceratops come in. So no blocks here. Gonna drop both preservers down. We don't get the bonus off this one, but okay, so let's just go Vivien here.
Oh, I am gonna love tearing this place to the ground.
I'm gonna put it both on one of them, just to block the Ceratops this turn. Kind of go from there. Us drawing nothing but lands pretty much. A little awkward. Because if we had something big enough, we could fight the Ceratops. think I'm okay with this trade. Takes them off like the color fixing. Okay, so they do have the stomp. So really here, a creature. And we draw land. So what do I have outside the game right now? I think we just plus here. Because right now I have 6. I can go Thorn Lieutenant next turn. That's annoying. I could have gone Thorn Mammoth. Couldn't have played it that turn. This deck plays a lot different when you have Henge and when you don't have Henge out. Okay.
Well, you're annoying.
Creature, one-time creature. Creature, creature, creature. I want to know what the black's for. Sometimes you just go magic. Okay, so they do attack with both, so Vivien's soaked up quite a bit of damage. Merchant's actually a pretty nice sink for them right now, just to tailor their hand. Tamiyo. Tamiyo gets Aether Gust. Embercleave. Bond of Revival. Okay, well we got Yorvo. I'm gonna let them play it out a little bit more just because I want to see what they're doing. Oh yeah, Cavalier. Cavalier, I'll just put stuff in the graveyard so we can see what they got going. Eight, 9, 10 lands we drew that game. Okay, so how do we want to play this different? Don't think we want Brontodons. They don't do much. Let's go Vivien. and then just a couple Stonecoils. That was a frustrating game. This deck's lost to itself more than it's lost to the opponent. We've either been mana screwed or mana flooded, and it doesn't have a way to filter you through. Okay, so this is the mana screw game, I'm guessing. Let's do this. Let's try to get aggressive. So I can Wildborn Preserver and then pump the mana into it. They shock. Paradise. That can let us protect as well. And then flash in Lovestruck. Which I think I actually like that line. Because they could stomp here, which I'd rather they don't stomp for the turn.
All things begin and end in nature.
What would they have? Haste. Probably they can't Ceratops haste this turn. Okay, they Beanstalk. Not drawing a land sucks.
I've seen puppies whine less than you.
So just attack in. Doubt they brought in Flame Sweep. We show big. So it's not really a matchup you'd bring it in for. So it's just like 4-color adventure stuff. Not much for Tamiyo to bring back. Are you kidding me? Look at the top of your card. For as long as this card exiled, you may look at it and you may cast it if it's a creature. I think we just have to ignore. Well, there's our land. So we can flash in Questing Beast here. Or, sorry, Lovestruck Beast. Because what we were hoping for was a land, so Questing Beast could have done enough damage to this as well. Dealing 3 to Tamiyo right now doesn't make a world of difference. They really want that Bond of Revival. So Merchant comes in. So it could be an Aether Gust. Like 24 lands seems reasonable for this deck, but drawing 12 last game, 3 this game and just nothing but 4 drops. That's fine. Hey. Finally. So I'm going to play this one out because it's in exile. I don't know, I just manually clicked them all. So they have to block Lovestruck Beast here or they're dead. Might be able to sneak away with this one, despite all the mana troubles. Come on, buddy. They take 7 either way. Like, worst case, they take 7. We follow it up with another Questing Beast if needed. We draw another land. We also have Ceratops. Okay, so they see the line, they had to do that. Tamio also takes 4, so she can't return anything without dying. Like, they could Beanstalk, but Beanstalk alone doesn't do enough. Cutting the Pelt Collector, like, Lovestruck's felt a lot better than the Pelt Collectors. Like, you need it, Pelt Collector literally turn 1 without them having shock either turn 1 or turn 2. Alright, so you got a Bond of Revival. You've been dying to get this card. Oh, opponent's deck might be trying to one-shot that someone with like a Beanstalk Giant. It's got a bunch of self-mill. You ramp a bunch and then you kind of go from there. Alrighty, so 2-1 with the deck. Not terrible, not the best. We get the vaults. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope you enjoy. Be safe. We'll be back in the new year with a bunch of new decks, everything like that. As always, if there's anything you'd like to see between now and the new set dropping, feel free to drop a comment on YouTube and I'll either try to brew, or if you have a deck list in mind, you can try playing it on the channel. Thanks for stopping by and have a great one.